Curly hair is swollen when it is wet. So when it is in its natural curly state, it is swollen and it's telling you a little white lie because yes, when it's swollen, the curls look luscious and plump, but when the hair is stretched out, you can see your true density. And you can also see the real life health of your hair. So, like I said, when it's curly, the curls are luscious, but then once it's straightened out, same head of hair, it tells a different story. And a lot of women with naturally curly hair are now experiencing this 12 years later. So today we're going to hop right into that. But before we get started, make sure you go ahead and subscribe here to my channel and then click on that bell notification so you're notified every time I post another video. So let's explain the silk pressing process. There are 3 bonds that hold your hair together, and one of those bonds are temporarily broken by water, and that is the hydrogen bond. And when I break that bond, I can manipulate the hair temporarily until the next wash day. Would us natural type 4C girls benefit better with just wearing our hair in an afro like in the 70s rather than doing twist outs and wash and
Andre
goes?
Walker, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, we don't have just any hairstylist, folks. This was Oprah's hairstylist. Hello.
Yes.
You are the hairstylist.
For
Yes.
30 years, God.
That's
can you
amazing.
Imagine? Yeah.
How did you get into hairstyling? Because there's always a good story behind it.
Well, you know, when I was a kid, I always was intrigued by hair, and I always played with it, so I started doing my mother's hair and her wigs. We know that within those cultures and races,
That's
there are all
true.
different textures of hair. So I wanted to break it down into 4 categories so people can easily relate to it and know what products to use. And that's what I designed the gold system based around also for the different hair types.
I know that we're both wondering, what are those 4 types?
Type 1 is for straight hair, and within that group there are different degrees of straightness, coarse and medium and fine. Then number 2 is wavy hair, which is, you know, a slight wave to maybe a little bit of curl.
That might be some of you, Danielle.
And
Maybe. I think I'm a C wave, I think.
Really?
but you blow your hair out too, so it's hard to see right now. And then there's type 3, which is what I am. And
I want you to notice how the people who have you doing the things that you do don't do the things that you're now doing, because Oprah Winfrey may wear curly wigs sometimes, or she may wear her hair curly once every blue moon, but Oprah wears her hair in a silky straight silk press, and her hair is beautiful. It's not damaged. So you guys are missing something, and you've been brainwashed and manipulated to sell hair products.
Wear my own hair. You got a little extra piece right here. I do not. Oh! Whoa! I do not. Whoa! No extra pieces. No. Go ahead. Feel it. Whole thing. No. Yeah. That's all it is. No, feel it. No, go ahead. Come on. Come on. You can pull it, feel it, see it. Get out of here. Yeah. Wow. I've never done that to a black woman. Oh, that lucky Stedman.
So I'm just making an observation and asking a question. Why is it that the man who created 4A, 4B, 4C, all of that you guys will not let go of, he was Oprah Winfrey's hairstylist, which is the way that you guys know about it. But Oprah Winfrey has hair down her back, beautiful, silky, smooth, thick, luscious, and she uses a blow dryer and a flat iron. Probably Marcel irons, because Oprah is old school. Am I a fan of Oprah? No, but drawing the parallel make it make sense, right? Why is it that blow dryers and flat irons are the enemy in the 4A, 4B, 4C community, when the man who made it up and the woman who helped him make it popular straightens her hair on a regular basis? Ask yourself that question. Something isn't making sense, and this is where it becomes really, really important for you to match knowledge with understanding. And today, that is what we're going to do. Match knowledge with understanding. I'm angry I did twist for the first time as a protective style. I ended up skipping wash day, so I wet my hair and moisturized 3 times a week so it wouldn't dry out until the following wash day. Worst decision. I just big chopped all of my hair off. It was disgusting. No exaggeration. Split ends and knots halfway up my hair shaft. Beautiful, manageable texture on top half, and then rough, frizzy, hard, puffy, and the bottom half. I just got rid of it all. I'm so upset, but whatever. It's a new year and I had some breakage anyway, so I guess it was a fresh start. I'll never again wet my hair and allow it to dry without detangling. I'll only do twist outs on blown out hair. I literally had to get my hair trimmed yesterday because I had this exact same damage. Luckily, we got it cut and my hair is still down mid back, but I want everything to keep growing. I am currently doing some research on how to properly care for my hair as it is curly because I love my curls as well. Do you think as I wear my hair curly that I should avoid tight ponytails and just wear a claw clip or a loose ponytail with a scrunchie? I want to protect my ends at all costs, but everything you mentioned that causes the cone shape damage is what I did, and that makes my life easier as I would still like to wear my curls. Any tips? My hair is 3B, 3C. The things that we do to avoid the blow dryer or the hooded dryer, because you don't have to just get your hair flat ironed. You can do a roller set, a flexi rod set, a twist out set, because that's what our ancestors were doing. For whatever reason, we like to skip over like the generations that came before us that did have it figured out, and we want to go back to what we were doing before we had electricity, and that is insanity, right? The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again expecting a different result, and the majority of women who have worn their hair curly for years and years and years on end, this is the end result. And with my over a decade within the hair industry, this was the main base of my clientele. Women who had been team natural for years and years and years, and then they wanted to come get their hair straightened out just to see this is their reality. And that's how it started, right? But after so many women were going from thick, beautiful, luscious curls to getting their hair straightened and seeing this, it created a wow factor here on YouTube that brought a whole lot of people in. So quickly I went from no subscribers to over 100,000 subscribers, tracking the damage from Team Natural, from wash and goes and twist outs. Now, whenever I say wash and goes and twist outs are bad, there's this rise of emotion in women and they just want to come all claws out and fight. No, that's how we're supposed to wear our hair. That's how God made our hair naturally. Well, I'll have you know that your hair in its natural state is how it looks after you shampoo, condition, put a little bit of leave-in in, and then walk outside. Or actually, no leave-in conditioner, just shampoo your hair and walk outside. That is your natural hair. If you have like 16 different products in your hair, or if you had to layer products on and finger coil around your hair, that is a form of styling and manipulation. That is not your natural curl pattern. You are manipulating the bonds, but your tool is your fingers, and my tool is a brush and a blow dryer, but it is still bond manipulation. And your hair, if you really want to talk about wearing it natural, is straight, like washed and just walk outside. That is it. No products, no nothing. So this is where I want you guys to realize that products have been pushed to you guys as a replacement for proper maintenance and care, and through having all of these products piled up on the scalp, it has led to massive amounts of alopecia, scalp infections, hair shaft disorders, and so many other things. Holes and splits within the hair shaft, which is why most naturals get heat damage as soon as they straighten their hair for the first time, because your hair has been so damaged through your Team Natural styles. I just finished watching, and I must say I am beyond thankful that I'm watching this at 20. For the past 3 to 4 years, I have been going natural. I would straighten my hair maybe 2 to 3 times a year, but every time I would get it straightened, I would find myself having growth, but would have to get 1 to 2 inches cut every time. And just 2 days ago, I had to get a cut that was needed because I had a cone hole within my hair shaft, which led to your channel in the first place. This really opened my eyes, and then I looked in my bathroom and saw all of these products that I had bought, and it's ridiculous. The amount of money that I spent on products to better define and hold my curls is crazy. Meanwhile, my mom doesn't ever wear her hair naturally curly, and her hair has never broken off, and it's so long. I cannot believe I have been influenced so much to the point where I was thinking heat was the worst thing in the world. I may have to treat wearing my hair curly as like a one-day thing for a special day instead or doing the flexi ride instead. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and help us all out. I love your content and you are a lifesaver. Listen, I love you guys so much, and I know a lot of people don't like the content that I make as it pertains to twist outs and Team Natural and wash and goes and stuff, and you're like, why are you saying that? Why are you telling black women that they shouldn't love their hair? I'm not telling black women that they shouldn't love their hair. I'm telling black women that they need to love their body in whole. I am telling black women that they need to stop trying to find their divinity in the way that their hair looks, because if you are a black woman and you find your divinity in the way that your hair looks because it curls, your divinity is flawed and it is an illusion, because black women are not the only women with curly hair. So if the thing that separates you is your curls, you are only separated in an illusion that you've created in your mind. Because multiple women of multiple different races and ethnic backgrounds have curly hair. Black women are not the only ones, but we are the only ones that for the last 12 years have found their divinity and their sovereignty in their curls, right? So let's unlearn this thing that has been taught to black women about their hair. Black women, you have been brainwashed into thinking that your hair is identified as 4C, 4B. The curl typing chart was created by a man who specialized in wigs. That is what he specialized in. He said it himself. Make sure you watch the full video, link in the description box. He said he specialized in wigs, and then over time, he did her hair for 30 years. Over time, he developed products for natural hair. Why? Because the curl typing chart did not start off with just 4. 4 is the end of the spectrum with black women, but it started 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when he did that because Oprah Winfrey's audience was not just black women. He had to make it so his product was for everyone. And you guys have been brainwashed for over a decade. And guess what? The people who are younger, like this beauty in this video here, she's younger. She has no idea, no clue, right? If she's 20 years old and the curl typing chart has been out for over a decade and Team Natural has been out for 12 years, all she knows is this. And I would have you know that I am the anthem of the old and the new, and what I will not do is sit here silently while I watch the girls who are coming up behind me believe the BS that was put out. I won't do that. So if you have an issue with the type of content that I make, or if you don't agree with me, my baby, you don't have to. All right, because it's so much deeper than hair for me. As a woman, your hair means a lot to you. It means so much. And if your hair isn't the way that you want it to be, it'll throw your whole day off. It'll throw everything off. So by our hair being the thing that we can't master, by it being the thing that confuses us, it holds us down in bondage. Black women cannot get past hair, right? We can't break down any of the other barriers that are holding us down in this new year age of Aquarius. We can't get any of these barriers broken down because we are focused on what our hair looks like. We are focused on what the best new hair product is. We're focused on how our curls look. We think that our divinity is measured in our curls. We think that God only gave black women curly hair. My loves, you have been misinformed. And if you are confused about what to do, instead of your wash and goes, instead of your twist outs, just unlock the things that you already know. Go talk to your grandma and go ask your grandma how she used to style her hair, right? There are things from the past that we can take, and there are things from the past that we can leave behind and transform. For example, us greasing our scalp, that's one thing we leave behind. Why? Greasing the scalp is something that was passed down from generation to generation because unfortunately our ancestors were slaves and they were out in the fields under the sun, so they put petroleums on their scalp and on their skin to protect their scalps and their hair shaft from sun exposure. And that went on for over 400 years. Slavery did. So it was passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation. That's something that we can let go of because we're no longer in the field. The environment has changed, right? But there are also things that we hold on to, like how did our mamas set their hair? Were they walking around with wet hair, spraying their hair with water bottles? No, they were not. They were either keeping their hair stretched with braids, or they were doing roller sets and flexi rod sets. They were not just randomly twisting their hair and then walking outside. Afros is a hairstyle, but as it pertains to the way that it went through our hair history, afros is something that did not have longevity because of the way that it didn't allow you to really care for your hair properly. The women who wore afros 100% of the time, all the time, ended up having mechanical damage. You need to know your hair so you are able to float between straight and natural at will whenever you want to. If you are a woman who is fearful of a tool, fearful of a blow dryer, you are under some type of mental lock. And the only way that you can gain wisdom and understanding is for you to really, really sit down and learn without emotion and separate from the brainwash. Okay? 4A, 4B, Team Natural is something that was made up over a decade ago, over 2 decades ago, to sell hair products. And it is something that is intensifying. Because guess what? The product lines, they did what I just told you to do. They took what the generation before them created and they made up something else. And now they're using it to make millions of dollars off of you. So yeah, in this video, I went ahead, got rid of her lines of demarcation, got rid of that cone shape that we talk about all the time, that most women who have those practices have. And then I went ahead and gave her some beaded tracks in just to even everything out. When I was cutting it, you guys didn't really notice because you can't see what I see while you're looking through the camera, but most of her breakage was at the bottom. There were a lot of holes at the bottom and we didn't want to cut it that short. So this is what I was able to do to maintain her length and her density. If you like this video, make sure you leave some comments below. If you need more help, look through all of my videos. There are hundreds of there that teach you what to do instead of wash and goes and twist outs, because wash and goes and twist outs are 2 new styles. But way before that happened, we had at least 50 that I can name off the top of my head that do not require you to break your ends, causing massive mechanical damage. I'll see you later. Bye.